All right, so today we're doing Infinity Gauntlet in preparation for the Infinity War movie that's coming out.
Of note, I have zero interest.
Yeah,
You're not gonna see it? I can't believe that.
Fuck and no.
I'm gonna see it.
I know people that are gonna see it like 3
Yeah.
times, and they don't even know what it's about.
I heard it. The pre-sale for it already outpaced the last 7 Marvel movies combined,
Wow.
including Black Panther.
So is it like sold out now?
Well, that's just the
Maybe,
pre-sales.
yeah,
Because it
I
could
don't
be
know.
sold out already.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm sure if you get enough pre-sales, they'll just open up more. They'll do more
Oh, yeah,
showings
that's
of
right.
it.
Okay.
So we're gonna go through the actual Infinity Gauntlet, which we believe is the inspiration for Infinity War. Even though there is another book that is called Infinity War that sort of deals with the Infinity Gauntlet also, but I highly doubt that that's what they're actually going to do for this movie. So also I haven't looked at any spoilers for the movie. I don't know anything other than what they've kind of hinted at in the actual like previous movies. Okay. So I don't know, Jeff, did you?
I did not know.
Okay, so we're going into it thinking we don't know what the actual plot's going to be.
I heard a theory that Thanos has scratches, like 3 scratches on his face because of Wolverine, but we know that Wolverine will not be in this movie.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
so
I heard rumors who was gonna die, but that's all I've heard.
who? Thanos?
Yeah, I heard like he's gonna kill Vision to get whatever thing he's holding on to.
Yeah. I think,
And then they're gonna I think they said like Black Widow is probably gonna die. Because they did it based on like when their contracts end. Like she doesn't have a contract after this movie, so he's like, okay, that's easy enough.
yeah.
Well, I could see killing Vision for his Infinity Stone.
Yeah.
Or gem.
Yeah.
We call them gems here.
Or he's gonna try and he's gonna make the main thing they're protecting or something like that. I don't know.
Yep.
But there's something I don't know if it was Black Widow, but there's characters that the actors their contract ends, so like it's kind of like okay,
You're dead.
Yeah.
You're dead.
you're dead.
Yep.
I did see the odds makers put a 0% on Captain America though, which I found very interesting.
Yeah.
I
No
don't-
way.
No, they ain't gonna kill Captain
No.
America.
Yeah. So
I really hope they kill Falcon. Then I'll go see it.
Yeah.
you're racist.
No, because his costume sucks.
Well, if we're going that way, Black Panther.
And he should have died the moment he landed in Winter Soldier, because no one's living through. His legs are broke at least.
Yeah. Yeah. So we know that movie is going to be somewhat about Thanos acquiring the gems, just because we know he doesn't have them yet. But the Infinity Gauntlet starts off after he's already acquired them. So there was a story before this one called Thanos Quest, and I don't remember if it was its own standalone thing or if it was like a tie-in to other books, but basically there's a backstory of how he gets the gems. And I think it gets into it a little bit in the actual book, but essentially what he does is he goes out and there's like 6 people throughout the universe who have each of these gems, and the story is about how he either tricks them or defeats them in some way to get the gems from them, and then that leads up to this. So the gems weren't on Earth really. They were, so it's like we know Avengers is going to be different from in that way because he has to go throughout like the universe to get them. So
I wonder if the movie's just him trying to get them.
yeah, that's what I was
And then they stop him, and that's like the story, like him trying to get them, because like, oh, if he gets all of them, he'll destroy the world, the universe.
Yeah.
So it's a little easier plot to handle.
Yeah. But that would be so lame because this story is so good.
Yeah.
Like
They probably have like most of the movie trying to him requiring, and like at the end he gets him, but then like
They kill him.
Yeah, something like that. Like like the Guardians of the Galaxy at the end.
Yeah.
Ronan got it, but then of course Peter Quill was
Through the power of friendship.
yeah. Yeah.
So
Fuck you, Disney.
as far as the storyline goes in the movies, Peter Quill still has one of the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
Okay, and we already know that Vision has one in his forehead.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know about 2 of them.
So yeah, I think Doctor Strange has one.
Okay.
Yeah, the Guardians of the Galaxy, they have the power gem, I think.
Okay.
And they're called stones in the movies. I don't know why they did that, but so he has power. I think Doctor Strange has time.
Okay, that makes sense.
Vision is maybe mind.
I think it is, yeah.
Or soul? Is it soul?
Yeah, there is a soul gem.
Isn't that
but-
Warlock, though?
Yeah, so that's the thing. I don't think they actually call them by these names. In the
No, they
movies
call them
either.
like weird, like
It's just
Tesseract
like,
and all that
yeah,
weird shit.
they just give it like a name.
They
Like,
give it
don't-
like this fancy name that sounds really cool.
Yeah, but they don't call them like
So you need like
power gem. Like
so you
they
need
just
like
call
a
it
key or
gem.
something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're sort of like inferring which gems they actually are without actually knowing. Yeah, I'm trying to think what other ones we know about. I think Loki has one maybe or in his staff. Either that or the Tesseract is one of them.
I thought that
Tesseract is one of
Tess-
them.
Okay,
yeah.
so that's probably
that-
space.
The Tesseract is
one of them.
Is one of them. Okay, that's probably space then.
Okay, so that we know
Yeah.
a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so that's sort of the background. So and they tell you this in the Infinity Gauntlet story too. But Thanos died, and he's like obsessed with Mistress Death, who is like the embodiment of like death.
Oh,
She's like death personified.
obsessed. That's the term
Yeah.
you put for it. Obsessed, not like
Yeah.
extremely horny
Yeah,
or
that's
in like completely in love,
Yeah.
unrequitedly maybe he might rape her at one point because he's like that obsessed with her.
Yeah.
I think it's beyond obsessed. But
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that
And she pays on
basically
the mind.
sums
She
it up.
just like she doesn't even talk really.
Yeah. So he died, and she thinks that there's like an imbalance in the universe where there's too many people that are alive, too many people are living, not enough people are dying. So she goes, "Who do I know that really wants to kill a bunch of people and could probably do it?" Thanos. So she gets Thanos to
he brings it back.
basically
to
says, "I'm bringing you back to life. I'm giving you all his power. Go kill half the universe." And that's when he looks into the Infinity Well and sees that it gives him like this knowledge of the Infinity Gems, and that's what kicks him off. Then he goes and does his Thanos quest to get the gems, and that's where we are now. So I guess we'll just start right into it, unless you guys have any other thoughts on it going into it.
Basically summed up the prelude.
Yeah. I know this was tough for Tony because he didn't know a lot of the characters, which is kind of common when you go from, mainly DC to Marvel.
You want to bitch
And
about
vice
the Green Lantern
versa.
shit.
Yeah, and vice versa. Yeah.
I see colors and I think emotions. You see
Yeah.
colors, you think like power
Space
things.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, power jump. No, that's rage. I'm wrong.
All right, so story starts off with Thanos and Mephisto hanging out. And in case you didn't know, Mephisto is he's sort of like a demon, kind of like imp kind of guy. Very
Yeah.
tricky. Like,
He's sort of like his counselor,
Yeah.
he kind of guides Thanos because I don't know if Thanos is.
Do all these big
think
badass
for
guys
himself.
have like their little like the side character?
Which is usually sometimes their downfall in the comic books. Not in
Yeah.
this particular one, but almost.
yeah. Yeah, like like he's literally like whispering in Thanos' ear, like just like, oh, like he's basically just like riding his cock. Yeah.
Well, if you know what, if you knew like half the people in the world are going to be ending, wouldn't you want to be on that
Yeah,
guy's side?
yeah. Basically, he finds out that he has these things, and he immediately just becomes his bitch. And it's like, yeah. To me, it was pretty obvious that okay, he wants those gems. Like he's not just like really humble. He's
He's
wants
waiting
it.
for Thanos to fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's interesting. He's just kind of like hanging out with Thanos.
And it seems like before the ending, of course, he kind of counsels him like you should do this. If you're trying to get her to do get her to be on your side, you should do this. He's sort of like the counsel. Like I don't know if Thanos can't like think for himself.
Yeah.
But he's sort of like the counsel.
Yeah. So that's something else interesting that they'll get into is that like just because you have like basically all the power in the universe and you're God, like he still has like a mortal brain sort of like he has to get used to being this powerful. He can't like know everything all at once. So even though he does like have access to all this knowledge and like anything he wants to know or see or do, it still has to go through his like normal consciousness.
He's the
So-
limiting factor.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then at the end we find out more about that too because of his granddaughter,
Yeah.
Nebula.
Yeah. So next we are at Doctor Strange's house, and he thinks it's going to be a nice day. He's just hanging out, but
His bitch.
yeah,
His cape is hanging out.
yeah, like literally. But then Silver Surfer crashes into his house, and he's like
Wipe out.
mumbling. Yeah.
Whoa, what a killer wave, man.
Tubular. So he gets there, and he's been like racing there, like across the universe at like top speed, which is like faster than light. It's like whatever. But so he finally gets to Doctor Strange, and he starts to tell the story that we've kind of just went through. So how Thanos was dead, and Death sort of like gave him this task of killing half the universe, and now he can actually do it. He has the Infinity Gems. So we're sort of back at Thanos too. He's talking to Mephisto, and it's just we get a better sense of like how godly he is, because like these the Infinity Gems throughout Marvel haven't really been collected ever before, so you don't actually the author sort of has to give the reader an idea of what we're actually dealing with here. So we find out about the gems. The Soul Gem, the Mind Gem, Time Gem, Reality Gem, Space, and Power. So like each gem makes you like the master of that. Like it gives you like you can like sense those things. So like you have the Time Gem, you can like see into the future, you can see into the past, but you can also control time. So you can like send people back in time. Power is pretty much just like brute power. Like you can blow things up, like do whatever you want. Space is like you can move through space, like teleportation, that kind of thing. So it's like each gem on their own is like very powerful, but only in a specific area. And it's when you get all of them together that you basically can do anything. Like it fills in all the gaps, and you can just like do anything you want.
And the space one is actually very important for the ending because you can change the past. Right?
Yeah. Or the Time Gem.
The time, sorry, time.
Yeah.
The soul.
Yeah. So the Soul Gem also is like kind of a weird one on its own, because it sort of has like its own.
It goes to a different plane, right?
Yeah. So you can go into the Soul Gem.
Like a limbo state, like, right?
Yeah. It's like you go to Soul World, and this is where this is where Adam Warlock hangs out, and he has like a special bond with the Soul Gem.
And he gets like eats grapes.
Yeah, it's that's
like, not where the brothers and sisters hang out. It's a different kind of soul world.
Oh yeah,
I think it'd be cool if it was that kind of world now.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's important for the story later on, is that Adam Warlock sort of has this like bond with the Soul Gem, and I don't think they're actually like fully conscious. But it's sort of like the One Ring in Lord of the Rings, how it kind of has a mind of its own. Like it kind of has like its own like will, but it's not like it like can't talk.
Yeah, it kind of like has. It's like a parasite, I guess.
Yeah,
it
sort of like it can like
actually
bond with people and that kind of thing. So that's the gems. So now, after Silver Surfer's little story, we see like a 1-page cut of what seems like totally.
I'm so confused.
Yeah.
What the hell? I thought this was like a misplaced mini comic book within the comic book.
Is this like an advertisement? Are they going to be doing Big Red or something?
I don't know if you could really put this in the comic books today. I mean, the tub of lard, the bimbo. I mean, really. Can you put that in the comic books today?
Trigger.
Yeah, somebody's gonna get sued.
Well, I'm getting sued for my Disney comment earlier.
I don't think that's gonna be in the movie. That's not gonna be in the movie either.
No, probably not.
So this podcast is already bankrupt.
Yeah.
As we speak. So.
Yep.
Once again, fuck you, Disney. Yeah. Don't care. I'm doubling down.
So who is the guy actually telling the story here? Is this the?
The narrator, I guess, right here is Pip the Troll.
Pip the Troll. Okay.
Yep. And so, in case you didn't know,
because you just get a silhouette of him here.
Yeah. So
then...
he really did. He's not important in this book at all, really. Except him, Gamora, and like sometimes Drax hang out with Adam Warlock. They're like buddies, I guess, and they were all in Soul World. Or I don't think Drax was. I don't remember if Drax was or not, but they like hang out together in Soul World. So they just kind of came along because Adam Warlock was coming back.
Okay.
So all you need to know from this panel here, or this page here, is that you got like a group of guys, and they just die. So, and then we'll get back to it later. Like, it's just like a little cutaway. It's like
Yeah,
a
it's
group
like-
of people died.
It's like showing you these people are going to be coming up later.
Yeah.
There's a suave guy and there's a little lard and a bimbo named Bambi.
Yep.
Named Bambi of all things.
Yep.
Fuck you, Disney.
So actually, like, coming up in Silver Surfer's story, it tells how, like, him and Drax were in this soul world. And, like, I think that has to do with the, that was like an interlude sort of between the Thanos quest and this story right now. So, like, I think Silver Surfer, like, Thanos was in Silver Surfer continuity for a little bit, and they did this little story. And, like, it's Silver Surfer going to Soul World. And I think it was because, I think, like Thanos, like, absorbs their souls with the Infinity, or the Soul Stone.
Your soul is mine.
Yeah. And,
Hey,
like,
Shang Tsung.
so that's where, you know, you see Adam Warlock, and he's sort of like a big shot there.
Why is that so common? Why is that theme so common? Like taking souls. Like, you know, Riddick did that too.
Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger did that. Is this like a thing? Or, you know, let me take your soul.
Yeah.
Are souls even real?
Or how about on Evil Dead? Swallow your soul, swallow your soul. Swallow this.
I want to watch that.
Yeah. Pretty common trope.
Mephisto kissing Thanos' ass again.
Yep. Yeah. So okay. So this is where he builds his, like, shrine to death, and he actually, like, brings death to the shrine, and he's like, hey, we can finally be together. Like, I love you. I'm so powerful now. I'm, like, worthy of you. So she still doesn't talk to him, though.
She still makes more money than he does.
Yeah.
She talked to him earlier, but now she
Yeah.
won't talk to him.
Well, so she never actually, like, the speech bubble never leaves her mouth.
Oh,
like, it's
okay.
always through this little, like, minion guy. But yeah, basically Thanos thinks, like, okay, like, I completed my quest. I'm, like, so powerful now. I have the Infinity Gems now. Like, we can finally be together.
I got my degree.
Now we can
I got my degree.
Yeah.
Now we can plow.
Yeah. Thanos thinks he's going to Plowtown, but so also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's, like, some scenes where Death is like
Skeleton.
like a woman, and then she's a skeleton sometimes, and I don't really know what that's about.
Yeah, well, she's
I think
kind of hot when she's a woman. So
Yeah, right.
She still has tits when she's got a skull.
So, yeah, I
That part don't
really,
disappear.
It's in terms of boning.
That's like the female Skeletor, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, she just kind of, like, brushes him off, and of course, Mephisto's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
I think you dated her once.
Probably.
The one I dated talked too much, though.
Oh yeah, you don't have to worry about this one.
Yeah.
So another cutaway. Those dudes that, you know, the Bambi and the Tubbalard, shows them, they die, and but they kind of, like, come back. You see these people talking about bodies, and like even the one starts turning green, and that's because
They possess him.
yeah. So Adam Warlock uses their bodies to bring, like, the souls of, like, Pip and Gamora and himself back to the real world. So, like, that's like the whole point of them. And, like, they're, like, slowly, like, physically turning into them also. Okay, back to Thanos now. Yeah, it's just him. So it's a lot of him sort of like you know, like, begging her,
like crooning up, yeah.
Yeah, he's, like, totally obsessed, and yeah, and we sort of get the idea from her little minion guy that it's like Thanos is now more powerful than Death. Like, Death was, like, one of these, like, cosmic beings who, like, she's not, like, the most powerful, but she's, like, up there. She's basically, like, no like, main, like, characters in Marvel, like the heroes or anything, could ever do anything with, like, Death. But now Thanos is actually more powerful than Death, and it's not right. She's like, she feels like she's been
Relegated.
yeah, exactly. So so Thanos is still trying to prove that like he's not like, yeah, he's more powerful than her, but he still loves her. It's not like he wants her to be his like sex slave or anything. It's like he actually loves her. So he's building like this shrine to her, and it's like, oh, come sit with me. We'll be king and queen of the universe. She's like, she's not happy about it. She keeps like spurning him.
She just wants more.
Yeah.
He's a gold digger.
He's got this like raven thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of looks like her. Yeah. But Mephisto kind of hints like just whispering in his ear again, like she's like a very dark kind of being. Maybe you got to prove to her that you're dark. Like, you're not just power hungry, but you're fucking like obsessed with death itself. Like, you love killing too.
Why don't you kill half of people?
Yeah. Yeah. Ironically, he hasn't done that yet. He has the power to do it, but he hasn't done it yet.
Well, he hasn't really thought of it because Mephisto didn't really say anything yet.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's a lot to deal with becoming like the god of the universe. So like, he probably has so much going through his mind. It's so hard for him to like actually keep track of everything that's happening. Like, he has to like adapt to it. But he brings his
granddaughter back.
Yeah, his granddaughter Nebula.
And why? And she's back from the dead, right?
I don't think she was dead.
Okay, so why does she look like that?
He does it to her, doesn't he?
So yeah, he does that.
Oh, okay.
So he brings her, and then he basically keeps her in this like perpetual state of like, you're almost dead.
So like,
You're barely alive.
Yeah.
keep you a zombie so you don't do
It's
anything.
like a token, I guess, or like a symbol to show death, like how like fucked up Thanos is. Like, he's like, look how like fucked up
I do this to my own granddaughter.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna take my granddaughter and make her like perpetually dying.
Okay.
And like, he's expecting death to go like, oh my god, that's so magnificent. Like, I love this, and then she just like falls for him.
Blue.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Thanos finally gets sick of this guy's fucking talking.
I would too.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
That would be top of my list right there.
It's like, all right, I'm done with you.
It would be great if you just kept coming back.
He blew him apart.
Yep. So now, Mephisto kind of reminds Thanos, after, he's still being spurned, that you said you were going to kill half the universe and you didn't do it yet. Maybe that's what it is. And he's like, oh yeah, shit, you're right. And even Mephisto, yeah, like, he just snaps his fingers and does it. But even Mephisto is like, oh, he's really going to do it.
He's like, oh shit. He's like, you're not going to do it. You're not gonna... Oh.
Yeah, like, Mephisto's like a bad guy, but he didn't even think about killing half the universe. So, snaps his fingers, and it happens. And, like, then we see Spider-Man. And I kind of like how they do this with this book. Like, throughout the book, they'll do, like, one page where it's, like, Spider-Man's perspective. Captain America's perspective.
Yeah.
Nick Fury's perspective. Like, and it's just kind of a neat thing they do throughout the book. But he gets his spider sense. It's like he's stuck like a knife into a wall outlet. It's like, oh my god, spider sense. And
he sees, like, in the street, like, half the people just disappeared.
Yep. And then he thinks, wait, half of everyone, that's 1 out of 2. I'm here. Mary Jane, that's 2 people. One of us has to die. That means Mary Jane might be dead. So he rushes back. And then we go to Captain America. And he's, like, talking about some bullshit with the West Coast Avengers. And he sees Cersei and Hawkeye die. And luckily nobody likes them anyway. Like, nobody cares about them. So it's like, conveniently, like,
I love how Thanos picks all the characters that nobody cares about.
Yeah.
You're
Conveniently,
gonna
yeah.
take away from, like, half the people in the universe.
Wouldn't you kill every superhero?
The superheroes. Why don't you just take away the superheroes?
Well, he's thinking about the entire universe, man. There's trillions of life forms. He's not thinking about these like,
shouldn't the superheroes be, like, at the
Earthlings?
top of the list?
Yeah.
He does get rid of the people, like, he gets rid of the people he doesn't like. He actually picks out certain people.
Oh yeah, he might have I made sure those people are in
And
it. Yeah.
you know what?
Yeah,
I
that's
think,
true. He
I
does
think
do
that he didn't take away all the superheroes because he wants a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah, well, he thinks I'm fucking God. Like, it doesn't matter what they do. They could get no matter what they do, they're gonna lose because I'm God. So he doesn't even think about it. He doesn't think about it like strategically at all.
But he's gonna get bored if he just takes away everybody. So he's got superheroes to play with a little bit.
That comes into play. That definitely comes into play. So we see Nick Fury reacting to it.
Who's Nick Fury's Chia?
I like the little white spot.
Skunk,
right
is the skunk haircut?
Yeah.
Ow.
So by the way, the white Nick Fury.
Oh yeah. Well, they're not gonna do that for the movie.
No.
Too many people are pissed off about that.
Yeah. That's gotta be like one of the biggest points of confusion for people that only watch the movies and they go to read comics.
Yeah.
It's like, wait,
what's this all about?
It's actually David Hasselhoff.
Yeah, from like that weird 90s movie.
Yeah, I remember that.
He does look a lot like him.
It's pretty fucking perfect. So now we see the Hulk reacting to it.
Yeah, Hulk's in the bar drinking.
Yeah. And he thinks the Abomination is somehow involved.
Here's a riddle for you. How many beers does it take to get the Hulk drunk? Wait, how many has he had there? 6?
6, 7 at
7,
least. Yeah. And probably a lot more than that, actually. So here's an interesting thing. It's like, so since it is the entire universe, we see the Skrulls, and like it's like this Skrull queen, I guess, and she immediately thinks like it's the Kree who are, so the Skrulls and the Kree are like, they're always at war, and it's like they're like mortal enemies.
So they automatically assume
she thinks it's the Kree. All right, we're going to war.
Yeah, let's go.
I don't know how much of the Kree they're going to put into the movie, though.
No, I doubt there's gonna be any.
Yeah.
Even though they are in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so technically the Kree are in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. No, I haven't watched since season 3. No. And in Guardians of the Galaxy, Ronan.
Yeah,
he's a Kree.
He's a Kree. Yeah.
So like they hinted at it, but I don't think they're gonna do anything in the movie. And then back to Silver Surfer and Doctor Strange. Wong dies. Doctor Strange's servant. So. Okay, now we're on Titan, and this is where Thanos is actually from. So Thanos was born on Titan, and the people from Titan are called Titans.
Okay.
so like,
I'm so glad you cleared that one up.
Yeah.
Now it all makes sense.
Yeah. So we got Eros, his brother, and Mentor, his father, and like
somehow they're white and he's purple.
Yeah, so that's Thanos. Thanos is like a freak of nature. Like he's like all of them are like this. Thanos looks like he does. So he's like born that way, and he was always like hated, and that's why he's so fucked up. And he actually like killed his own mother. So that's
when do we
get
to read that story?
Yeah. So that's like a little background on Thanos. But yeah, he hates his family.
Now is Thanos the father of Ronan?
No.
Okay. So, but Nebula is the daughter of.
In the cinematic universe, I think she's the daughter. In the Marvel like comic universe, she's his granddaughter. But they always put it in quotes, like his supposed granddaughter.
Oh, they didn't do like no
they never
DNA
like
test?
own up to it.
Okay,
Yeah,
no DNA test.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I think like she claims to be his granddaughter, but like I don't know if Thanos like acknowledges it or not. But it's sort of like whatever. We just take it as there really is. So, they're hanging out there with Drax and Firelord.
Drax, another character they ruined.
Yeah. Cinematic Drax is like totally different.
Yeah.
I think they tried to tap into something here. So like Drax was like a human who I think somebody gave him some powers. It might be the Titans, but they gave him powers to kill Thanos like at some point like years ago. So that's why he's like so buff, and it's like his mission like to kill Thanos. And I think at some points he's like normal minded, like he's like a normal human, but then other times he becomes this like he's like this like basically retarded Drax. Like he's like stupid.
Matt, it's called steroid injections, and he goes through roid rages with withdrawals.
Yeah,
so since now they're not worried about Thanos until now, He's going through withdrawals, and now they're going to give him the steroids again. He'll be fine.
Yeah. So, but in this story, he's like the dumb Drax who's like, "What Firehead do to old man?" So, yeah.
Grabs him by the flame on his head.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. So he kills Mentor, and I guess that's where, like Tony was saying, he picks some people that he actually like wants to die.
Yeah.
But yeah, so back on Titan, they know it's Thanos because they've dealt with him before. And a cutaway of
Tubalard.
Yeah, Tubalard. So that's
With
Pip the
bimbo.
Troll.
With the bimbo.
Yep. And Gamora. Who again, Gamora is like kind of different in the movies and with the books. But
that's
anyway.
Gamora? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the green one. So
I thought that was the...
They changed all of them.
So she's not, I don't think she's related to Thanos, but she was in the comics, she was his like slave of some kind. So it's like her mission to kill Thanos. Like I think she might have been an assassin for Thanos, but she hates him and she like really
That's what
hates
I
Thanos.
got, yeah.
Yeah.
And she's the sister of Nebula.
So I don't know if that's
In the
true
movie-
in
in
the
the movie,
books.
anyway.
In the comics or in the movies, yes. So and then we see the last panel of the issue is the cocoon, which is what Adam Warlock comes out of. So that's sort of and that was hinted at in the last scene in or the post credit scene in Guardians of the Galaxy. Is those like golden people?
Oh, yeah.
They were like,
yeah.
we're gonna create a perfect being or something, and then that's supposed to be Adam Warlock.
Oh, that's the cocoon from... Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So that's issue 1.
Okay. Which basically set the stage.
Yep.
I think I saw something they're only going to call him Warlock.
Yeah.
In the movie. Like, they're not going to add the Adam on it, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of goes by that too. Like sometimes they just call him Warlock.
Oh, so he's going to be in the movie then?
So that's one of the things that I'm
don't know.
concerned about. It's like, well, they hinted that he exists, but are they going to actually bring him into the movie? Because that's a lot to like introduce. Like he's a
Right.
pretty complex and like mysterious character. So they might just say like, "Here I am," and then that's it. Or are they going to try and give him a background? It might be too much for one. That's one of the things I'm concerned about with the movie.
So issue 2?
Issue 2. So we basically get some more reactions to this, to what Thanos did, and we see the Kree, and they go, okay, this must have been the Skrulls. You know, obviously, half our people are dead. It must have been the Skrulls. So we're going to war too. And you can kind of extrapolate that this is probably happening all throughout the universe.
Yeah, people
Like,
are probably thinking like it's their enemy.
People are freaking out, like, oh, it's end times. Like, you know, all the like suicide cults are like activating and killing themselves. Everybody's going to war.
All the
probably.
Christians think that they weren't chosen for
Yeah.
resurrection.
They think they
That's
need to get
literally how
raptured.
it looks.
Yeah.
Raptured?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
So, Adam Warlock sort of meets Doctor Strange now, and he knows. So Adam Warlock kind of reaches out to Doctor Strange because he knows he's going to need the heroes like from Earth to help him, and he especially needs Doctor Strange because he can kind of pull everything together. So Doctor Strange is obviously skeptical because he's like, "Who the hell are you?" But they like
The great image of his face. He's like, what?
Yeah. so they like merge souls, and this is like one of Adam Warlock's like things. Like he's basically like so in touch with like spirituality and like the soul gem that he can do shit like this. And he like reveals his soul to Doctor Strange. Immediately, Doctor Strange, he trusts Warlock. He's like, okay, yeah, I know who you are. I trust you. Like, I'm on board. You can be the leader. And cut away to Doctor Doom, who he said, you know, he figures all this shit out. You know, they happen to be doing a census like right at that time in Latveria, and he's like, "Hey, shit, half my people are gone." No, but he's obviously like figuring this out, and he's like, "I could learn from this. This is interesting,
Yeah.
but also I could use this for personal gain." So,
And luckily for him, his like main enemy is gone too. So
was Mr. Fantastic one of the people?
yeah,
I think he was.
They
Yeah.
show like a list.
Yeah, I
Like,
think they do. Yeah, you're right. So, then we go back to Titan and Eros, and Thanos brings him to him, and it's because he's always like they don't get along, so he's like having fun with it at this point. He's like,
Look what
I
got.
want to show you,
Look
like
what
rub it
I
in your
got.
face, like mock you and everything.
And I guess Eros has like manipulating powers.
Basically, yeah. He's essentially a smooth talker. Like, but it's like some like special power that he has. It's not just he can talk. It's like a special power where he can like manipulate people. And even though Thanos he couldn't be manipulated probably by his power, but like he basically just wants him to shut up. It's like, dude, I don't want to like because he is still like not human, but he's like a mortal mind trying to process everything that's going on.
He still has feelings.
Yeah, so he can still sort of be manipulated.
He still gets butt hurt.
Yeah, so he's just like, shut up.
He just
Takes away his
smooth
mouth. Yep. And then here's like the list that you were talking about, Tony. So it's just a couple of the heroes that have been, eliminated.
Eliminate.
I like how they kind of have like a mixture of like relevant characters and some that
And the
like,
entire Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
We are not touching them. We don't care. This is why their movies suck. They suck.
yeah.
And this is in 1991 as it's happening.
Yeah. They knew they sucked even back then.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. They just didn't want to deal with them. But you can tell it's mostly people that like
Nobody
like
cares
B-list characters, like some people like a lot of
Earth to
people
the
from,
World, Black Panther's on this
Black
list.
Panther.
He is a B-list character. I am sorry.
I don't even know who a lot of these people are. Like I know we have a lot of we have
Diamond Lil.
You don't
Yeah.
know who Puck is?
I know who Puck is.
Yeah, we got some people from Alpha Flight.
What are you looking at, Hockey Puck?
Yeah.
Who the hell is U.S. agent? What, Yison?
It's like the
Oostjen?
Bizarro. It's the Bizarro Captain America.
How do you even say his name? USA Gent? Oostjen?
He's an agent.
Box. I don't know who that is.
Marble Boy.
Yeah, so we have some basically plotting, and like the like Odin gets the other gods together, and they're plotting, and they're like, okay, we gotta like unite to take care of this. Some more plotting of Quasar, and so Quasar is like he's like from Earth, but he gets these like quantum bands, I think they're called, and he basically gets like space powers, and he's like a pretty powerful like space guy, cosmic guy, and I forget who the weird like floating head is, but I guess that's his like his
With one
his
eye.
boss.
It's not in an eye socket.
Yeah.
And I is in his ear.
Yep.
And Pip the Troll is getting crunk.
Yeah, that's sort of Pip's thing. Is like he's like comic relief to the max. Like he just sort of
Hangs out in his underwear, smoking and drinking.
yeah, he's like
He's Danny DeVito.
yeah. Yeah,
Fuck it,
yeah,
the-
really,
the-
dude. They should have. If they have him in the movie, dude, it's Danny DeVito. Yeah,
Too bad he already played a character like that, but everyone's playing two things
Yeah.
now.
like he's basically the kind of guy that reads High Times magazine. like,
They'll probably get that, what's his name from, if they ever did do it, they'd probably get that guy from Game of Thrones to do him.
oh,
Peter Dinklage.
yeah,
'Cause he's big now.
that could work. Yeah, he actually is a lot like Tyrion in some ways, but Tyrion's actually like really smart. Pip's just he's like I don't know, tricky, I guess.
And then Silver Surfer gets shot in the face.
Yeah.
Dr. Doom.
Yeah, so Doom like senses all these things happening, like with Silver Surfer at Doctor Strange's place, and that's where he goes. So he's like, all right, I gotta figure this out, and that's when Adam Warlock like physically appears, and he's already met with Doctor Strange, and Silver Surfer already knows him too, but Doctor Doom does not know who this guy is, and we'll get into them kind of like fighting later. And back on Thanos's like love shrine.
Toyland.
Yeah. Exactly. So, and his family members are his toys, so he's just like fucking with them now. And now we get to where, like I was saying, Doctor Doom, he's like skeptical of Adam Warlock. He's like, I don't know who you are. I don't know why you get to be the leader.
He said spread eagle.
Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of just like showing himself a little bit like
I'm a giant metal guy.
So yeah, Warlock is saying like, I'm the only one in the entire universe who knows Thanos enough to handle this. Like I like you guys, but like Doctor Doom, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're up against. I'm the only one who's like smart enough and knows Thanos enough to actually handle this. And you get the idea that he kind of has a plan, but you don't actually know like if he has a plan or not. Because even Silver Surfer is like a little bit skeptical because
They don't know him.
yeah, he's a little bit insane.
So basically, it's like Doctor Doom is basically joining the team.
Yeah, which I thought was kind of cool because I mean, as you figure it out, probably there's going to be a team of heroes that go after him, and you got to think like if this is happening across the entire universe, there's going to be at least one villain who's involved too.
Right.
So, and yeah, Doctor Doom is just another one that obviously you're gonna have to keep your eye on, just like Mephisto.
Right.
It's like obviously he wants the gauntlet for himself. Okay, now is another big part is where Thanos, basically he gets like just pissed because Death is still not giving him even an inch. Like he's showing off all his power, and Thanos is basically like a teenager. Like
She said no.
yeah. Like he basically has like he's like hormonal. He's like an adolescent, and he just gets so pissed that he just like has an outburst, and it destroys like a fuck ton of planets.
All Thanos needs to learn is he needs to go to college and get his little, that introductory course where you can learn that consent is sexy.
That's what he's trying to do, and he hasn't raped her yet. He hasn't tried anything yet.
Yeah, but this is borderline harassment.
Oh
so-
yeah, he's definitely
he's crossed the
Yes.
line.
Yes, definitely, but he hasn't forced himself.
It says, I'm gonna say this is not borderline. This is harassment at this point.
Yeah.
Once you start killing people,
That's another interesting thing is like, so he controls all these gems, and he's definitely more powerful than her. So like, if he really wanted to, he could like just manipulate her. Like he could, like he has the mind gem and the soul gem. Like he could make her love him, but it's sort of that like
it's inauthentic.
yeah, it's that paradox of it's like, well, no, I actually want her.
That is kind of rape.
Yeah, then it's straight up rape.
That is rape.
Mind.
Yeah,
It's mine.
yeah. Like Bill
Why are we
Cosby
laughing? This is awful.
If only Bill Cosby had the
Yeah,
power,
just
right?
Oh man,
the gems
that's
are
terrible.
actually Quaaludes.
He put an Infinity
Yeah.
Gem in my coffee.
But that sort of thing.
No comment.
Yeah.
None at all.
He has to actually win her like authentic love. So that's sort of a big
That's
part.
very romantic, but still creepy.
But this big outburst hits Earth. And you see like all these different heroes, like people.
Galactus is annoying.
Wolverine saves one
Yeah.
person out of like a building of people.
Yeah, Galactus is like, oh, my fucking food just blew up. And,
Oh yeah. Okay.
yeah, and
that motherfucker.
yeah. So, like Earth is like really fucked up right now, and like all these different heroes are realizing it. Like the West Coast of the United States breaks off, so that's fucked up. Like a bunch of people died right there.
He kills every Japanese person.
Yeah.
Japan is gone.
Japan's gone. Yeah. Oh, and all the like the gods, the mythical gods, are stuck on Asgard because
bridge.
the bridge is broken. So I don't really know a lot about Thor, but I think it's like another dimension. Like it's not a physical place where you can like leave. Like you have to like travel through the Rainbow Bridge back to the regular dimension.
That I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nobody cares about Thor.
Yeah, nobody cares.
But we care about Namor
Yeah, nobody.
Why did
Yeah.
he die? Like,
because it was a tidal wave. That was
Yeah.
his thing, yo.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this guy.
That's what brought him to the surface.
I didn't even know
what's
this
up, everybody?
Namarita chick even existed until I read this. So.
Yeah, probably they were
She
ripping
smells like
off,
fish.
Mira, probably.
She smells like fish.
Yeah.
She can fly.
Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, there's like a couple pages of all these heroes reacting to it because they don't like. So the regular heroes don't realize that Thanos has gems
I
yet.
love how the Trump.
The Trump.
Oh yeah, how did I miss that? Yeah,
The Trump Plaza
Trump.
in
Yeah.
Atlantic City.
Atlantic City.
I'm triggered.
Maybe
man.
when we had that hurricane in Atlantic City, maybe that was part of this.
But yeah, basically like just from Thanos like sneezing, Earth like many light years away is fucked.
Only 2% of power.
Yeah, like only like 2% or like 0.02% reaches Earth, but they're fucked.
But there's still Avengers headquarters.
Yeah, so the Avengers and all the other heroes are sort of trying to react to what's happening on Earth because they don't realize that the entire universe is gonna die. But yeah, the heroes are sort of catching on and they're getting their crap together. And then we get from Warlock, it's time for war. Like, we're going to do this.
And that's basically issue 2, basically recruitment.
Yeah.
Recruitment.
Yeah. So it's sort of setting the stage for what's going to happen and showing that, like it's Thanos still trying to, like, come to turn, like, kind of, like, win love, or death's love.
50 years of Captain America and nobody cared.
Oh, yeah, those little things on the front
The
covers.
advertisements.
Yeah. So now we're
Issue
on
3?
Issue 3.
Preparations of war.
Yep. So we have a page from Nick Fury here, and it's like some scientist who goes to Nick Fury, and he tells him, like,
Earth is gonna have its new ice age.
yeah. So not only did half the people die, but then there was all these like fucked up earthquakes, and even more people died. But we've been like shot out of orbit, and now everyone's gonna die. So like Earth just gets so fucked just like on accident.
No comment.
Why couldn't that happen? It's sort of plausible.
If you knocked Earth out of orbit, I'm pretty sure we'd die a lot faster than this guy says we're going to
Yeah.
die.
Well, I picture it as
Well,
like
it's a nuclear winter.
it's not just like it's not like pool balls that just like knocks it out, but it's like the orbit is fucked up enough that it kind of like wobbles as like the orbit gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it just kind of like flings out. Maybe
gradually.
it doesn't actually matter.
Gravity kind of. All right, whatever.
It doesn't actually matter. So, Doctor Strange brings his little posse to the Avengers headquarters, and yeah, so it's
Great word.
so now it's Adam Warlock, Doctor Strange, Silver Surfer, and Doctor Doom, and the Avengers are obviously like, "What the fuck is Doctor Doom doing here?"
Whoa!
Yeah. And so we see some more the heroes trying to be heroic and save people. But Doctor Strange sort of summons them all through portals and says to them, like, hey, we need you guys. And they all obviously respond because they know something big is happening. So they all respond and realize they have to go. And they get some of the X-Men, even, or rather X Factor, which obviously won't be in the movie. And all of them join willingly, except for the Hulk, who's sort of like, I guess he's been like fighting with the Avengers, and he's like butthurt over something.
He was exiled for something.
Yeah. So
He's on strike.
He probably
he-
destroyed a building or something.
yeah. So they basically say like, "Come on, Hulk, we'll make up later." Like, come on, and he joins. Yep. So now we kind of get the heroes figure out what's going on, and they realize like, okay, Thanos has the Infinity Gauntlet, and I think most of them have fought Thanos in the past. Like the Avengers have dealt with Thanos before. I don't know if every single one here knows who he is, but like as a whole, like Captain America and the Avengers are aware of Thanos. But now they realize he has these Infinity Gems, and like he has the power to destroy everything.
How is Namor gonna help?
Yeah, I don't know. He's basically just like like another big strong guy. I don't know.
In Speedos.
Yeah.
With the superheroes, it's tights, but with him, it's Speedos.
Yeah. So they have some more kind of discussion about like why Adam Warlock is in charge.
Since they don't know him.
Yeah. Like Doom still wants to be in charge, but even Captain America says like, no, Adam Warlock knows what he's talking. Like he's the only one who knows. Like he's been with the Soul Gem, so he knows about the gems and he knows about Thanos. So it's like everyone agrees, and Doom says, "Very well, Captain. I'm in for now." And then we see so Spider-Man and Cloak have like a little conversation, and they're sort of like, they're both like, what are we doing here? Like both of them realize like we can't do anything about this. Like Spider-Man's being optimistic, but they both realize like, okay,
Web shooters are not going to do it.
yeah, like there's no way we're gonna be able to actually like fight Thanos, like punch him and win this. Like, so we see some more of Adam Warlock arranging things, and he brings together all of the like cosmic like
Godlights.
entities, like
Yeah.
the cosmic, like the most powerful cosmic.
The ones that are actually going to do something.
Yeah. So this is like so he's like playing this chess game where he has the heroes from Earth, and then he has like the real army of like these guys, and it kind of goes through who all of them are, and it's not really important to know who every one of them is, except Eternity is like he I think is like the most powerful being because he is like the universe. So he is like the embodiment of the entire universe. So he's like the most like powerful. But then you have the Watcher. You have this guy.
Well, the Watcher can get involved anyway, so.
Yeah, he bows
You
out.
just watch.
Yeah. Kronos, who's like Father Time, basically, I guess. Lord Chaos and Master Order, who are just like these weird floating heads who I don't really know a lot about them, but they always come up when you deal with like these cosmic people. The Living Tribunal, he's like he's the only other one who might be on like the level of Eternity or higher, because he says like he only, not in this, but he only answers to the one above all, who like doesn't even come into, like he's not even in, like you never see him, you never hear from him, but like he's like referred to, and I guess it's basically God or like Stan Lee. So and then you have like Galactus and some other cosmic people, but
Love and
anyway,
hate.
yeah, I don't know what their story is either, but they're basically like just like forces of the universe. And then so Adam has this like this conversation with Eternity, or so Eternity. So he's the one that asks the Living Tribunal for like judgment on this. Living Tribunal can, like, when things are like fucked up in the universe, he sort of like sets them right. Like when you break the rules, he sets it right.
And he talks in lawyer talk.
Yeah. So, but he says,
Cosmic lawyer.
he kind of says though, it's like Thanos didn't actually do anything like that violates like my rules. Like it's like natural selection, you know. He killed a bunch of people and he's like taking your place, Eternity. Like it's like the laws of the jungle. He's not breaking any rules. Like it's just happening on like a larger scale.
That kind of question is, what exactly are the rules?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like it comes into play with like Doctor Strange,
Right.
like mystical stuff. Like you broke this mystical rule.
Eternity's trying to claim that he's breaking like entropy and shit.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe that's why he can't rape the girl.
Yeah, it's one of the cosmic rules. Like Living Tribunal,
He's
come
creating
down
an
on.
That's where they
So.
cut the line right there.
Yep. So, and we see the Watcher is out because he has to
Observe and report.
Yeah.
Record.
Which is kind of, it's like half bullshit because he has interfered in the past. Like I think the first thing with him was when Galactus came to Earth and he like helped the Fantastic Four.
Oh, I don't remember that, but
Yeah, but anyway.
it was always like they always put him in stuff, and it's like, oh, I can't get involved.
Yeah, this
Sorry.
time he decides just to watch. And Galactus, like the other heroes on Earth, decides, I don't want to listen to Adam Warlock. Like, he's just a guy. He's like a mortal, sort of. But Adam Warlock kind of proves himself.
And
No! No! Galactic, no! Just a face. So fucking stupid.
Yeah. No. But in the end, they all agree to follow Warlock because he's the only one that kind of knows Thanos. And then, so now we have another one of these cutscenes with She-Hulk, and this is actually pretty important. This is actually like pretty good foreshadowing from Vision. And he says here basically what they talk about like their past experiences with Thanos, and he says like the only way we're gonna win this, he thinks, is if Thanos like fucks up. Like in the past, we've only like Thanos has been able to kill us all. Like he could have just like snapped his fingers and killed all of us, but we won because he subconsciously fucked up. So like he refers to even Captain Marvel and Warlock. Like Thanos one time got the cosmic cube, and the way that they defeated him was that he basically got the power and then he just like dropped the cube. He was like, I don't need this anymore. And he went on, he was like, they tried fighting him, but then they destroyed the cube and it actually took away his powers. So it's like he subconsciously like left them an out as to how that they could win. So that sort of like definitely comes into play later on.
And we have fighting.
Yep. Iron Man and Doctor Doom are, obviously, like you had to see this coming. If Doctor Doom is in a room with all these heroes, like there's gonna be a fight.
Come at me, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. At me, bro. Yep. So yeah, they're basically all getting ready for war, and they're getting ready for this big fight. They think Adam Warlock is arranging the whole thing, but the heroes are the ones that are actually going to fight it. And he comes to Hulk and Wolverine, and he says like, "Hey guys, when the time comes, you might have to kill Thanos." And they're like, "Yeah, sure." They don't care.
So why is
They don't give a fuck because they're the ones that are okay with killing.
Oh,
Like
okay.
you can't go like.
Oh yeah, because like all the other ones have like that rule where they can't kill anybody.
I think when you kill half the universe, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like then you can do the death.
like Captain America doesn't
Yeah.
like killing people.
It's like, no, we're gonna put him in prison.
Yeah, we're gonna do the Batman thing and put him in prison so he can get out again and like he kill more people and come out again, kill more people. No, he can be rehabilitated. No, gotta go to Wolverine.
Yeah.
It's funny, like this particular scene here, like all the other comic books, like have Wolverine and Hulk always fighting. Now I hear they're having like a cigarette break.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I always thought that was funny.
yeah, it is pretty cool. Like they realize, like, okay, there's obviously something bigger than us fighting going on here.
You want us to sanction Thanos?
Yeah. Sanction him.
Oh, this is actually good. Where he had enough of Lady Mistress's death, ignoring him, so then he creates his own Chia.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets a little sex slave basically.
It's just side piece.
She looks even more pissed off now.
Yeah.
And I love how she comes, yay!
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
just like
that's
kiss.
And creepily looks just like him.
Yeah, he makes her like his species, I guess. Like it's to show like the perfect woman for me. So Adam Warlock has rallied the troops. He's got everybody ready, and he's saying like, "Get ready for the baddest fucking battle you will ever be in." And
Some of you may not be coming back.
Yay!
yeah, like people are gonna die definitely. And Doctor Strange gives them like a spell so that they have
So they can
60
breathe in
minutes.
space.
Yeah, you have 60 minutes. You can breathe in space, and that's a nice little
Round number in space.
Yeah.
Why can't you make it permanent?
I don't know, man. It's a more powerful spell. It's a lot of guys.
And 60 minutes is here, but by the time you get over there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. At least they gave it a shot. Like they could have just sent them there, and then like they at least give a little bit of an explanation of how they can breathe in space.
Okay, yeah.
It's like, okay, thanks.
Not like Superman 4, right?
Yeah.
All right, if anybody's seen that movie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you scratched me. Nuclear Man.
So Doctor Strange is making the portal. He's going to send, he gives them the doorway there. And, strangely, Adam Warlock and Silver Surfer don't go to the actual fight. They're kind of watching from above. And, so Silver Surfer's
they're
not
keeping
happy.
track of the time, man.
Yeah. They got to stop watching.
They're keeping track of the time in space.
Yep. But Silver Surfer isn't happy about it. He's like, dude, I'm more powerful than all these
I can
all
hit these
Earth
people with
guys.
the surfboard, man.
Yeah, dude, I'm pretty much the heaviest hitter you have right here. Like maybe like me and Firelord and Thor, and but it's all part of Warlock's master plan, and this is sort of where the issue ends, and it's them all like rushing in.
Double page panel with the big start of the war.
Yeah, so it's big like it's on.
It's on, bitch.
Hope Cyclops dies.
Oh, he dies. But yeah, so that's
There will be blood.
that's the first half, and that's what we're covering this week. Because we are going to do the first half, and then we will do the second half after the movie comes out, and we'll be able to then compare and give our thoughts on the movie as well.
I won't, because I'm not seeing it.
Tony won't.
I'll see them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be seeing it.
Yeah.
Stick to my guns, bitch.
So, what do you guys think about it so far?
It's very good, very good.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's good. It's just I
It's
don't really
and it's gonna be like the movie where you got all these characters and you have so little time or panels to to do it. I mean, they have like one page of Spider-Man, one page of Captain America, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I've seen it in movies where they they rush jobs and stuff, like Justice League.
Yeah.
they rush
Yeah, try to introduce too many characters at once. As long as it's not like Spider-Man 3 introducing characters when
I
they
think it's
shouldn't
gonna
be there.
like that.
That's really, really brutal.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be tough to follow this to a T. But I think as long as they
we know
try and
we
get
know
the
a lot
big
of elements
points-
are not going to be in the movie.
Right, it's not gonna. You're not gonna have heroes. I'm not even sure you're gonna have Lady Death, like Mistress Death.
That kind of be disappointing though. Like, I kind of
Yeah.
like that character.
Yeah,
Hot
that's
take.
Yeah,
What happens if they kill Black Panther in the first 5 minutes? Go.
race war.
Go.
It's going to be the OJ trial. all over
Yeah.
again.
Yes.
Could you imagine the mass exodus in the theaters if they kill Black Panther?
I
in the
mentioned
first
that to
minute?
someone,
Like they
like-
do in this.
Yeah.
I mentioned that to someone. And they're like,
Oh,
are you
man.
racist, motherfucker? No.
That would be.
I just don't care for the character.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
Oh yeah, I'm not, I care about the character too. He is a D-list character,
yeah. Like
and I will say that this issue is pretty white.
yeah. You really. I think you have like more
Aliens and white people.
Yeah, you have more green people than you do black people.
So
Yeah.
but I think that would be the most controversial death in movie history since probably 2000 maybe.
Yeah,
At
but-
least.
There's no way it's gonna
Oh no way!
Not only because of that kind of controversy, but because he just made them so much money. They're not going to kill him off. All right. Wrap it up there.
All right.
Peace, bitches.